area. This area is under video surveillance and you have been recorded.
What's up, everybody? I'm here at Skinwalker Ranch, and I don't know if you've heard about this place before, but it's one of the most mysterious places on planet Earth, otherwise known as the Sherman Ranch. When the Sherman family moved in, they noticed a lot of weird things happening, and to make a long story short, they saw everything from literal werewolves who they shot multiple times and they ran away, monsters, UFOs hundreds of times, blue orb balls that float around and seem to be intelligently controlled that ended up actually killing their dogs and incinerating them, little red balls that flew around and terrified their horses. They also had 4 black Angus bulls that weighed approximately 2,000 pounds each that were somehow, without any explanation, taken up from the corral and brought inside of the trailer while the family was sitting right outside. No noise was made, so when they went to the trailer, the bulls were kind of like in a daze, in a trance, just kind of sitting in there. And as soon as the family came up, the owners of the bulls, they came up, the bulls woke up out of their trance and started to panic. And the story goes that they actually destroyed the entire trailer. They stampeded and they went crazy. They were finally able to let them out, and the bulls were totally traumatized, so they just ran around destroying things for a while, and it took them a long time to get the bulls under control. Now the real question is, are the Shermans telling the truth about what happened on Skinwalker Ranch? I believe the answer to that question is yes, they are telling the truth. And the reason why I believe they are telling the truth is right behind me. We're at a place right now, right down the road from Skinwalker Ranch, called McConkie Ranch. Now McConkie Ranch, all these walls behind me are filled with magnificent petroglyphs dating back hundreds, maybe thousands of years. What do these petroglyphs show? In my opinion, and the opinion of a lot of other people, these petroglyphs basically tell a story carved in stone. Now, the story is almost the same as what we hear that went on at Skinwalker Ranch. So basically, we have a record carved in stone by the native people here on the rock faces behind me that tell almost the same exact story of what's happening and what happened at Skinwalker Ranch. You have portals, you have monstrous beings coming out of the portals, and you have weird creatures that are unidentified, all for the world to see, carved up on these rocks behind me. So it is my opinion that the petroglyphs here at McConkie Ranch behind me lend credibility to the whole Sherman Ranch, Skinwalker Ranch story, because these things have been happening in this area for a very, very long time. So if the United States government wanted to convince the public that extraterrestrials were visiting mankind, how would they do it? Well, in my opinion, behind me here at Skinwalker Ranch is the perfect way for them to do it. What they're doing, in my opinion, is preparing the public for something. Now, either it is fake and they're preparing the public for some sort of massive deception or psyop, or it's real and they're preparing the public for something that they know is underground that they will reveal at some point. So if it is real, what could be happening here? What could be the explanation behind all the crazy events? If the Shermans were telling the truth, Bigelow, his NIDS team, and the OSAP team are all telling the truth, and then furthermore, present times, Brandon Fogel and his team out here are telling the truth. If all of these people are telling the truth, what does that mean for us? Simple. Just 2 options in my opinion. 1, there's an interdimensional portal into another realm. Somewhere on this property, either activated by something that's buried underground, some ancient antediluvian technology that's actually still active but just buried under rocks and dirt. That's a possibility. There's some sort of Stargate or wormhole, just like in the movie Stargate. That's a possibility. Now, both of those possibilities, in my opinion, are legit. Some people don't believe in other planets and wormholes and stuff like that. They believe that there's only the Earth. Now, that's fine if that's what you believe. However, we do know that both of these theories provide a great explanation for what's happening here. There's either an interdimensional portal into the spirit realm, as we would call it, or a wormhole that goes to a different planet. And these are 2 separate things, actually. A wormhole would be basically an Einstein-Rosen bridge that takes 2 physical points in the universe and connects them together And there is speculation that this could be made into a technology. There could be a device, small little device that you can carry with you. You press a button and a wormhole opens up, cuts a hole through the universe into whatever planet you want. For some reason, the veil is thinner here at Skinwalker Ranch. And it's not the only place in the world. It's just the most popular. There's probably hundreds, maybe thousands of places exactly like this that people just haven't discovered yet. They're out in the middle of nowhere. Nobody lives on these places. They're just there. But there are places that people know about. Dulce, New Mexico, Sedona, Arizona, Chaco Canyon, New Mexico. So if the stories are true, and there is something buried under the ground here, what does that mean for us? It's simple. They want us to believe a certain thing about what they're going to find. They're going to publicize it. The people that are here right now have been chosen by the government to basically unveil this piece of antediluvian technology to the world. I believe they've been chosen by the government to release this information. I believe the government actually knows what's under there. Now remember a few years ago when Fox News came out with an article saying that the Pentagon has recovered, quote, off-world objects not made on this earth. Off-world objects not made on this earth. That's exactly what I think is underground at Skinwalker Ranch. So if the government knows that there is a piece of technology under the ground and they want to dig it up, why don't they just keep it for themselves? Well, they already have them. They don't need any more. They have them from Roswell. We know they have recovered discs from Roswell. And if you don't believe me, why is it still classified, right? Does that make sense? If they said, hey, it's a weather balloon, why is it still classified? You think the weather balloon technology is still classified 75 years later? No, not at all. Here's what it is. They did recover flying discs in Roswell, and them keeping the information classified still reveals it because they declassified stuff that doesn't matter. Go through all the old UFO reports from the 60s, 70s, 80s. A lot of that stuff is declassified. Why? Because it's meaningless. It doesn't matter. Roswell obviously does matter, so they kept it classified. So, in my opinion, the first news report that came out about Roswell is correct. So they have the craft recovered at Roswell. They have off-world objects not made on this earth, according to Fox News. And Bob Lazar talks about his experience working with these crafts. So we know the government already has these things. They don't need any more. So why do they want the public to find out? It's simple. If they want to deceive the public about what's going on here, about what they've found, this is all they have to do. All they have to do is say, hey, look at these things. This is what they are. And then from there, they can use this crisis as a means to their end, right? It's the old Hegelian dialectic. Problem, reaction, solution. What is the problem? The problem is, we have these UFO crafts buried under the ground. Reaction. We're not alone in this world. Everybody, okay. Solution. This is leading us towards a one-world government. So what is my opinion on Skinwalker Ranch? My opinion is that all of this is planned. My opinion is that the modern owner, Brandon Fogel, and everything that's happening on the show is highly orchestrated by the United States government in order to reveal something under the ground. Think about it. What's going to happen if on the History Channel, the Secret of Skinwalker Ranch TV show, some season finale, they unveil an actual off-world object not made of this earth, as reported by Fox News. They unveil an actual UFO. What would happen? I'll tell you what would happen. People would go insane. So, I think that's what they're going to do. I think the whole plan is disclosure. They want to reveal these objects to the public, but they want to do it in a way that is not threatening. And they believe, I think, putting it on TV is not threatening, so that's what they're going to do. What do you guys think? I want to hear your opinion on Skinwalker Ranch. Go ahead, put it in the comments. Let me know what you think.